Hello, so it is Farm Friday, and I wanted to do a quick video on how we're going to expand the farm. This is probably going to be a several year project and get things done as we get to them. But this is the old pig area here. I say old pig area, it's still going to be the pig area, but we're expanding it. So, and we're going to do some things to help to mitigate the water in this area. So this area gets really, really wet. And you can tell it's, you might not be able to tell from here, but it's a lake back there right now. And it was a lake back there all summer, which was really concerning. It was not like that before. My husband dug it out and he put stone in, he put sand in, and we thought that it would drain, but it didn't drain at all. So it actually drained worse than it ever had. So that was disappointing to say the least. So I think what we're going to do this summer is get a pump for it so that we can actually pump it out every once in a while, and so that we can let it dry on occasion and clean it up, because it got really gross. The pigs pooped and peed and everything in it, and it never really dried all summer, and we had a wicked mosquito problem because of it. So we're going to have to do something different this year, and that's probably the pump. Hopefully will make a difference. But the other thing we're going to do is, you can see the end of the pig area over there, is we're going to expand it. This is the edge of that drive right next to my trailer. We're going to expand it all the way out to, there's a break in the tree line right here, right there. And we're going to expand it to that break, and this whole area is going to be for the hogs. So that's going to be pretty cool. We're thinking about getting either coonies or American guinea hogs and actually breeding them, because they seem like pretty chill types of pretty chill breeds that we've been watching other YouTubers raise them, and I kind of want to have at least a breeding pair on the property, so that we can be a little bit more self-sufficient, have animals that are actually procreating on the farm, and have meat all the time. So my husband wants to pull out all that brush line. That's probably going to be the first thing that's going to happen this summer or this spring, as soon as things dry out. And we're going to put in a path into that break in the trees. That actually just past the tree line actually isn't our property. It's our neighbor's property. She's let us build a trail so that we can get to the logging trails that are up on the hill, which is really cool of her. But then down here, between the driveway and the brush line, what I want to do is put in a small orchard. I want to get several different types of trees, a couple of each. Fruit trees, I want to get a couple of apples. We do have a couple apple trees on the property, but they're not super great producers of apples. So I want to get a couple more apples. I want to get pears, peaches. I didn't realize you could grow peaches up here, but you can. Cherries. So I want to have several different types of trees, have kind of like a mini orchard between the tree line and the driveway. And what I'd like to do is fence that in so that we can then rotationally graze the hogs under the trees in that area. Because what's nice about both guinea hogs and coonies is they're grazing hogs. They eat grass a lot in the summer, so it cuts down on your grain consumption and grain fees. And then on the other end of the orchard, and this is the part that my husband kind of rolls his eyes at, but on the other end of the orchard, while I was campaigning for the legislature last year, I ran into a woman who has bees and sells her honey locally, and I'm going to get back in touch with her, and I'm going to learn how to beekeep, and I would love to have beehives at the other end, and then plant just basically a giant wildflower garden from the other end of the orchard to the 5 bay right there. That's one of those things that my husband and I still kind of have to talk about. He's kind of partial to his grass, but if we fence all this in and if we put wildflowers down there, it's going to be a lot less for him to mow, which isn't necessarily a selling point for him. So, but anyway, that's kind of my grand plan. The only other thing that we're thinking of doing, back there, that fence, there's not like a real fence where my horses are in their shed area. And we want to put in a real fence back there because we eventually, maybe someday, want to get a cow. And, the other thing we're thinking is getting chickens as well. So we're going to take this one step at a time. Brush line is apparently first. And then getting the pig area set up. Maybe if we get the pig area set up in time, we might get our breeding pair of hogs in the fall and have them over the winter. We'll see. We're debating that right now. Definitely getting them in the spring. I'd like to get them in the fall so that then we have spring piglets. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. And definitely getting chickens in the spring, I think. we have a chicken coop. That's a chicken coop. That small building sticking off the barn. However, we don't think it's the best for what we want, so we're considering building a brand new one. We'll see. Again, I don't know. That might be a next summer project. And then lastly, the only thing that we're going to do probably this summer is expand the garden. So we took down our son's swing set, which he had so we had our garden on one side and his swing set was in the sandbox on the other side. And we are probably going to move some of the sand into the other side of the garden, get that a little bit sandier, a little looser, and then we're going to put some soil into the sand part because we took down his swing set. It was getting dangerous. And have a root vegetable garden on the other side. And probably in the fall, we're going to get a small greenhouse so that I can start seeds and stuff. Right now, I can't start seeds in the house because the cats will eat the sprouts. I have cats that like to eat things. So I actually need a greenhouse if I want to start doing that. Right now, we just buy plants that we can't just plant the seeds in the garden for, like tomatoes and things. Tomatoes and peppers, but I'd like to be able to start those seeds instead of buying them from garden center or something. So that's kind of what we got planned, and I will be documenting on here once a week all the progress that we make. So we'll see how that goes. If you like this, please hit the like button, share it, subscribe. I'm going to go because my hand is frozen. It is not warm out here. Have a good weekend. Bye.